Even before I knew that Oliver Frljić is preparing the theater play, I was interested in a topic of different perceptions of what happened in 80s and 90s in Croatia that exist in Croatian society. And I'm not talking about people who were on the opposite sides in the war. I'm talking about people that are living together in Zagreb, for example, and sometimes people who are living in the same building has completely opposite experience of what was happening in the 90s and 80s, in the end of Yugoslavia and during the war in Croatia. And right now in Croatia, Croatia is not very tolerant for different realities and different truths about that time. And there is one truth that is acceptable and that is like a part of national narrative, and that there are many different truths that people have, but they're hiding them because they're afraid that something unpleasant would happen to them. But then on rehearsals happened something that I met Nina, 12-year-old girl who was one of the actresses in the play, and she told me the story that really shocked me. And that story was she was Serbian, and she remembered the exact minute when she has found out that she was Serbian. That happened when she was 7 years old. Until that moment, she thought that she was Croatian because she was born in Croatia and she lived in Croatia, and everybody she knew were Croatian, and she assumed that she was Croatian as well. And then when she was talking to her mother, she found out that she was Serbian, and she was extremely shocked, and she cried for days. And for me, it was really I was deeply moved by that story because I didn't think that it was still possible that people feel so unpleasant because of their nationality in Croatia, and especially children. When I was 7 years of age, I had no idea what nationality was. And today, to find out that some child is crying because she finds out what her nationality was, for me, that was devastating. And then I knew that there might be a film on the rehearsals of theater play. And I started following Nina, and then the film happened really fast. Film and theater as well has a role in society, and one of the roles is to open hard topics, and especially in the countries with a difficult past as Croatia is. I got some public money to make some film, and I better use it for some public good, to do something that maybe is not easy, maybe is not popular, maybe is not fun, but is important to make a film that will create some discussion, a film that will be seen emotionally, and that's what happens with Srbenka on these little exhibitions that we had in Croatia. People reacted extremely emotionally to the film. The war has happened in the 90s. It seems to me that for some people they don't want it to end ever, because the topics from the 90s somehow find their way back in a daily dialogue all the time. And some politicians use it for their daily political needs, because of course it is very emotional topic and many people suffered, but what is done in Croatia, and I cannot talk about Serbia, but what is done in Croatia very often is not, there is not enough effort to heal the traumas. It seems to me that there is much more effort put to keep these traumas open, because as long as people are traumatized, they are easy to manipulate, because they are manipulating their voters by keeping their traumas from the 90s open. And it's inhuman in a way. It is.